Hola everyone. Today is June the what is today? June the 18th, 2024. It's day 2 of my daily vlog. Today is Tuesday, and today is Talk About It Tuesday. Yesterday was Motivation Monday, and today is Talk About It Tuesday. I talked about yesterday about things to do that you can do to stay motivated as a single parent. I was very careful not to just say single mom, because I know that there are some single parents out there that are not just moms. You have single dads, you have some that are actually like grandparents, which could be single grandparents raising children. Um, I guess I can go into a backstory of how I became a single parent today. Today is Talk About It Tuesday, so we will talk about how I survived being in a relationship with a narcissist. I was in a relationship with a narcissist for about, let's see, my oldest child is 5, my youngest child is 3. So I was in that relationship. It started in June of 2017. It started out, of course, as a friendship, and then the friendship turned into a situationship, and then um, because before I met him, I had already been diagnosed with PCOS when I was 16 years old. So I had never ever had children, and the doctors all said that I would never have children of my own. So I was under the assumption that I would never have children unless I took hormones or had that, went through the IVF. So I was going through my phase of, um, I'm basically just gonna have fun and worry about making myself happy. So, like I said, the friendship turned into a situationship, and then the situationship. Actually, though, the positives about being in a relationship, the positives were I had a good support system when it was time for me to change my eating habits and get healthy. Like I had always wanted to be healthy and be healthier, but with me being a disabled veteran, there's a lot of limitations. I have PCOS. If you know anything about PCOS, that's polycystic ovarian syndrome. There's a lot of symptoms that go along with that. And one of the symptoms is it's called hirsutism. Where you have like the hair that grows in unwanted parts of your body. Like I have to use Nair. I have to use Nair a lot because of that. It's called hirsutism. You have the dark spots, like the dark underarms, the darkness around your neck. And, if you didn't know a whole lot about PCS or PCOS, you would think, a person is just not being healthy. They don't want to take care of themselves. Maybe they're lazy. Maybe they're unmotivated. But there are a lot of women that suffer from PCOS. One of the things you have to deal with also is unwanted weight gain or unwanted weight loss. Also, there is the irregular cycles. You have irregular cycles, and if you have an irregular cycle, that can cause you to have problems with infertility. So, out of all those things that I named, of course, there's medication for all those things that I named, but if you can be in denial about things or you can face them. Everybody faces things differently. So with me and my PCOS, I was diagnosed when I was 16. I was not mad about the irregular cycles because my cycle became almost non-existent. So I wasn't missing that at all because I used to have very long and very painful cycles. So I wasn't missing that part. But one of the things is they will give you hormones to try to regulate your cycle. And another side effect of taking hormones is you there's also the unwanted weight gain. You also have some of the same craving as people that have diabetes. Like you crave a lot of starch and a lot of sugar. But once again, everybody's body is different. So anytime anybody is diagnosed with anything, it's going to affect them differently. You have to take things on a case by case basis with any diagnosis. And I'm not a nurse, but I am an educator, and I do research and read up on a lot of things Once I learn about them and I research and study, and stay on top of, information daily, that just comes with being an educator, and always wanting to learn new things. So anyway, when I found out about that diagnosis, of course I researched it, and most of the things they give you is a lot of medication to basically cope with the symptoms. The infertility, the weight gain, the cravings, the irregular cycles and all that. Long story short, I was thinking my whole entire life, I was thinking I would never have children because I had been married before. And I had been in relationships before, and I had never ever gotten pregnant. That was an issue. But during my doing what I want phase, I was like, you know what? I can do whatever I want. I basically was real big into self care at that time, and one of the things that I was big on with self care was I'm gonna do something that makes me happy. I'm not gonna worry about what other people think or how other people feel about it. I'm just gonna do something to make myself happy. So, like I said, during that relationship, I did have support. I changed all my eating habits, and I was able to reverse my PCOS or my PCOS. And I didn't realize though, like every time I went for a checkup, they kept telling me about how healthy I was, how my blood was flowing, and all these things. And then all of a sudden, I went from not having a cycle to my cycle just came back, and it was regular, like it was like clockwork every month. And it still didn't register in my mind, like, oh, now that your cycle is back, that there's a possibility that you can get pregnant. So fast forward to reverse my PCOS. I got my weight under control, got my cravings under control, and the only thing I did to reverse my PCOS was I just changed my diet. I cut out all meat, I cut out all processed food. All I ate was fruits, vegetables, rice, grains, of course. I drank a lot of juice. I really didn't even drink a lot of water. I just drank more juice, drank more water, drank more juice, and I really didn't even exercise. To be honest, I didn't really exercise because even though I had reversed my PCOS, I'm still dealing with my other disabilities. And those other disabilities, that limits my exercise, how much exercise and what exercise I can do. But anyway, I was feeling better and I was feeling healthier, but it never dawned on me. Yeah, so in the process of reversing my PCOS and everything, I ended up becoming pregnant with my first child. So, of course, after the pregnancy, I had to take the relationship seriously. And against my better judgment, I'll say, I decided that we needed, we decided we needed to make a commitment because I didn't want to be a single parent, and I didn't want my child to grow up in a single parent household. And look at where we are now. I'm still turned out to be in a single parent household, but at that time, I thought I was making the best decision for myself and my child because I didn't dream I would have more than one child. But lo and behold, I ended up having two children with a narcissist, and the relationship did not get any better. The relationship pretty much stayed the same. So when people tell you that having a child is not gonna save the relationship or make the relationship any better, they are telling you the truth. They are speaking straight facts. So do not think that having a child is gonna keep anybody or make anybody change or do what they're supposed to do. If a person is a narcissist or they're irresponsible or whatever term you want to call them for being irresponsible, they're gonna remain irresponsible, and having a child is not gonna change that situation or that person. The only thing that would change that person is if that person wants to change. And I did not go into the relationship trying to change that person or trying to change anybody. I accepted them for who they were, and I met them where they were, and we actually got along really, really good, and we actually had a lot of things in common. But at the end of the day, that is how I became a single parent. But I still choose to stay motivated, and I encourage you to do the same. So even if you are a single parent, you got this, you can do it, and every day is a new day. So don't forget that, and do not give up. We got to keep pushing and keep pushing because we're raising little people, and we don't want them to have to recover from their childhood.